May 28, 2026, Cape Canaveral. A routine hot-fire test of a new launch vehicle ends abruptly when the rocket erupts into a fireball on the pad. This is the New Glenn rocket, 98 meters tall, roughly $100 million of aerospace hardware. In an instant, it was reduced to scrap metal before ever leaving the ground. While all personnel at Launch Complex 36 were safe, the fireball signaled a massive shift from a local engineering crisis to a corporate liability. That ignition anomaly triggered an immediate corporate crisis, sending tremors throughout the entire commercial space economy. When the financial markets opened the very next morning, the smoke at the launchpad had cleared, but the panic among space tech equities was just beginning. This chart tracks the stock value of AST SpaceMobile. Notice how right at the opening bell, the price plummets by 15%. AST SpaceMobile had tied their upcoming Block 2 satellite deployments to a multi-launch agreement with Blue Origin. With the New Glenn rocket grounded pending a federal investigation, those launches are indefinitely frozen. Blue Origin is the aerospace manufacturer founded and heavily funded by Jeff Bezos. It serves as his personal infrastructural gateway to orbit. The grounding of this vehicle isolates a critical piece of the broader Amazon corporate empire, inadvertently handing leverage to his fiercest market rival. To understand the severity of this delay, look at the payload New Glenn was preparing to carry. Its fourth mission was scheduled to deploy the next critical batch of satellites for Amazon's internet constellation, Project Kuiper. This dual bar graph compares low Earth orbit broadband. SpaceX operates a massive network of active Starlink satellites. Amazon has placed just 302 Kuiper units into orbit. But the FCC requires half of their 3,200 satellite constellation launched by July. That target is now in severe jeopardy. Failing to meet regulatory mandates puts Amazon's entire multi-billion-dollar entry into the satellite internet market at risk of cancellation. Bezos liquidates roughly $1 billion in Amazon stock every year to bankroll Blue Origin. The goal is to build an independent fleet of orbital delivery vehicles, bypassing the need to hire outside contractors. Yet, to keep Project Kuiper afloat amid constant development delays, Amazon has had to purchase 10 launches on SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket. Every dollar Amazon spends on a Falcon 9 flight goes directly into the operational budget of their primary competitor. Without a functional New Glenn rocket of his own, Bezos is trapped paying a toll to Elon Musk's launch network. The tension here stems from a stark contrast in engineering methodology between the two organizations. SpaceX embraces rapid iteration. They build, test, and frequently destroy hardware to accelerate their development cycle. Blue Origin operates under the motto Graditatem Ferociter, step by step, ferociously. They spend years optimizing designs on paper and in controlled environments to ensure absolute safety before a flight. When an organization markets its methodical pace as a guarantee against failure, a catastrophic explosion on the launch pad severely damages its engineering credibility. The launch pad's shockwaves resonated immediately within the halls of NASA, Blue Origin's most influential government partner. Days prior to the test, NASA awarded Blue Origin a $188 million contract to deliver lunar rovers using the Blue Moon lander. This is the operational diagram for the Artemis 5 mission. The entire sequence relies on the New Glenn vehicle functioning flawlessly as the transporter and refueler. With the rocket currently grounded, the entire architecture stalls. Rebuilding a rocket requires capital, but rebuilding a flight schedule requires months of recertification. The explosion consumed critical time, severely disrupting the national timeline for returning to the moon. With New Glenn grounded, commercial satellite operators have very few options. SpaceX's Falcon 9 stands virtually unrivaled, boasting a success rate exceeding 99%. That operational reliability translates into immense financial leverage, granting SpaceX largely unchecked pricing power. Investors know this dynamic. Rumors of a $1 trillion initial public offering for SpaceX are circulating precisely as their only viable heavy-lift competitor clears debris from the launch pad. This fierce corporate rivalry has evolved into a high-stakes race to construct the new infrastructural railroads of low Earth orbit. The entity that controls orbital transportation will effectively dictate the terms for global internet access, telecommunications, and defense logistics for the next century. In the orbital economy, the market is just as unforgiving as gravity, and right now, that market belongs entirely to SpaceX.